Welcome back to the final approach. So you find us in the science area. We've got a load of science from our last missions to come back, where we've got all of the stuff from Minmus and the yellow, green sandstone things and stuff like that. We're going to spend some of that. We're also going to knock off a little easy mission today, I think. But the science we have 1,300. So I'm going to take this communication one, because then that opens up all this other stuff here. And I'm going to allow myself to break my own rules and not go all the rows straight away, because I want these big antennae, and I want those for our trip to Eve, and also for future relay missions and things like that. We want to set up a bit of a relay network around the planet, and it'd be useful if we had some of those. So we'll spend that, and then we've got enough for another node down here, and I think we could go for the massive heat shield. Maybe if we're going to Eve, we'd need that. We can go plane parts. I keep putting those off. We go for bigger fairings, which might be useful. What's that? Oh, that's the structural tube, which might be coming in useful. Airlock and structural girder and the clampetron shielded one. That would be really good for the top of some of our craft launch, particularly if I'm going to build new ones. So I think we're going to go for this, just for that clampetron that I can actually it can be covered. So when we redevelop the is it the Swede? When we redevelop the Swede, so it doesn't do what it did in the last episode, we can use that. So we'll do that, and then we're just waiting on more science. So what are we doing today? Well, we have a mission. We've got this Expandamun lab, which is a put another processing lab on. I'm not going to do that. I know it would give us a lot of money, but I don't want to. So we're going to do, where are we? There we are, expand orb lab. And it says here, orb lab, what we want to do, we want to increase capacity from, where is it? Currently it can hold 18. It wants to go up to 23. So we need to add space for 5 Kerbals. Now, one thing I've noticed about our stations is, and let's get over to the vehicle assembly building. One of the things I've noticed about our stations is that we've currently got very little way of getting crew back from them to Kerbin, particularly for Minmus and Mun. But orbiting around Kerbin itself, do we have a nice sort of way of getting home easy and sort of cheap for our crew? So I need to have a look and see, is there some way we can do that? So I've already started doing something like this. Where is our program? Here we are, expansion 2. So this is the expansion, and what I've basically done is, and I can remove that fairing potentially, I've taken what we did in the past for expanding Orb Lab, where we put a science lab, an extra science lab on, and I've basically just I've taken the science lab off, and we've put in that's it. So we've got 6 spaces there, 7 or 8 spaces in total. And now you notice on this here, I've taken the science lab out, attached everything back together, and put these docking ports here, because I was actually thinking to myself, you know what would be a good idea? It would be a good idea to have some sort of escape system attached to those, or it gives us more space for docking craft, and we can actually put some interplanetary craft and things there. I don't know, maybe we should look at actually having proper escape pods. Maybe we'll put a unit up for that in the future. So anyway, we're going to strut this down to there, like so, and that should mean that those struts actually stay attached, I think, when these break, because that's the starting point. So it might mean that we can actually use the struts up here, which would be very nice. What I also want to do is, we've got inventory space up here, so let's get some struttage, because we're always in need of struts, aren't we? So struttage, and then is it the Alt button that does this? Yes, Alt button gives me full thing of struts. We always like some struts in there. What's in this? This has got loads of space, right? So what can we fit in here that's going to be useful? Do we need any more science equipment? Do we need some stuff? Ooh, do some things. We could put some big flags on the side of it. That's not a big flag. We should get a really big flag. Where's the biggest one we've got? Is that the biggest? That's the biggest we've actually got. Oh, well, we'll just not bother then. Right. We could build ourselves like little escape pods on the side. We could put stuff in there, I wonder, to be escape pods, but we'll have to think about that. I think maybe just a little pods like this on the side, maybe, with some little thrusters or something to enable them to return would be quite a cool idea. So I may have to play around with that and have a think about it. But no, I think we'll leave that as it is now. We might send up a specific little escape pod facility for them. So at the moment this is going to be our expansion, so we'll save that. Thank you. Crewing it, we do not want any crew on board because we don't want to take anybody else up. We do want to basically get rid of some crew that's on orbit at the moment because we've got a lot of crew sort of sitting around, so we'll save that. Let's actually go and have a look at, no, let's launch it. Let's just launch it. Right, we're on the launch pad, and this should be just a nice easy launch. So we'll just get the engines going and fire it on up there. There we go. Firing on up. We're going to put it onto the prograde, and we'll just start turning straight away. There we go. Go over just a little bit for me, please. There we go. Just want to get it right over as much as possible early on while we're going slowly, because this thing has a lot of thrust later on. And one of the big problems we've got is we are actually running out of space pretty much for doing our turn, our gravity turn. We're trying to turn as quickly as possible. There we go. So just pull that up, get that up there. Right, now what we're going to do, I think we're going to dock this quickly, see what happens, and then I do think we should really hire some new crew. We need some more crew, or at least swap the crew around, because we've got some scientists, particularly around Minmus and places like that have got a bit more experience. They're able to do a bit more processing. I think they can actually process quicker. I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming they can. I'm assuming it gives them the ability to do that, because it would be a bit silly if they didn't. But I'm going to cut those engines, and there we go. Let that go. Give ourselves just a little bit of thrust to recenter ourselves. There we go. And I'm actually thinking, do we want to? Yeah, we're going to want to get rid of that fairing reasonably early on as well, aren't we? So I'm hoping this is good. You know what? I didn't even check the delta V. We should have. This top stage has got so much delta V. Yeah, look, it's rammed with delta V. It's not even a problem. We could actually just keep going up. I can't remember what height we're actually got the station at. Where's the station? The station is at 296, so we're going to go above. We're going to go, oh, we've zoomed all the way out. It's one of those old glitches of Kerbal, isn't it? We're going to go all the way out and see what we can do. So do that, get a bit more thrusting going on, and then we'll just roll it over. So we're going to aim for about, yeah, I don't know, 200? Is 200 too much? No, 200 is a good height, maybe. Maybe it's a good height. I'm assuming it's a good height. Ooh, don't want that, want that. There we go. We'll just do that, and we can actually get rid of the fairing. There we go. And you can see the craft again that we saw earlier. Lots of batteries and lights and things. And it's interesting which way around do I want to dock it, actually, is a good point. I was planning on putting this bit, the outwards facing bit, but maybe that's not a great idea. Maybe I want that bit, and then I should have put the docking ports there. Yeah, that's a problem. And now I think that's going to have to face inwards, which is annoying because I've put all of the batteries lined up so you can see the docking port in the dark there. But anyway, we will have to see. Anyway, we'll just get rid of that stage like so. Give ourselves a little thrust away, and we turn the engine off. We're not in a hurry to do anything with that. We could actually just put a maneuver node down while we're talking about this. So put that there. Maneuver node, off we go. Close enough? Good enough? That's fine. Right, so we're looking at quite a long burn, actually. That is not the shortest of the burns. So we'll just do that. And we just warps up to the correct point now, which takes a while, actually, doesn't it? We just slow it down, go further, go faster. I am currently avoiding pressing this button because I have had issues in some of the other series where using the warp to maneuver node button has been throwing so many faults in. Now I imagine that's mods. I do actually imagine that is mods, but it does start getting you thinking, you know what, maybe I should just do this manually, do it, instead of using the sort of easy way of doing it. So there we go. So we'll have to think about that. I'm going to have to test it out in between episodes somehow and see whether it does it. It doesn't seem to be very specific as to when it's doing it. I will say it's an RO when it's doing it a lot. RP1, it is doing it a lot. In Rutterkerbin, it has done it. It has done it a couple of times, but it's primarily in RP1. So it might be that version, which I think is it's actually 1.81 or something. So that's actually a very old version now, thinking about it. So it might just be the version, actually, and I'm probably just doing this for no reason. Right, going up into the orbit, and we want to go 175-ish, and it's going to be there. It takes a long time to burn that final bit, doesn't it? And that'll do. There we go. So we're out by 3, but that's not terrible. Right. Set that as our target. Right. What's that differing inclination? I can't really be bothered to do that. So what we'll actually do is, if I can get a maneuver on par with this, then we'll do it. If not, we'll have to. That's annoying. That is the worst possible place, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, there it is. Right, let's have a look. So, we're within, what, kilometers? Let's have a look. Doing that. I think we're going to be out by a significant amount. We're looking at this one, aren't we? What am I doing? I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. Oh, I have not moved it on. Note to self, fix what you're doing. God, that's terrible. Start again. Right, go to the maneuver node and then jump over here to closest approach. Right, now we're going to do this again, all the way back to the 0. There we go. Right, so closest approach. I should have seen that it wasn't changing some of them. Right, that's terrible. Just do this until we get it. That's as close as it's going to get. So is it going to be... Yeah, it's going to be inclination that we're going to need to do. Right, okay. You can hear me clicking away furiously with the mouse there. Furious clicking away. What we can actually do is just drag that as well. Oh, not like that though. No, like that. Let's make this a bit bigger. This way. Right, so that one doesn't get particularly close either. Wow. Let's try refining it like that. No, that's not working. So the closest we can get at that point is like that. So do I need to just roll it around a bit more? Oh, it's doing... Oh, I do not like it when it does that. Let's start again. Right. Okay, let's do the proper... No, that's not terrible. Right, let's do it here. So we're going to add a maneuver. We're going to go back. Now you can watch me do this so badly. There we go. Right, I want to go until I only have one point of interaction visible. There we go. That's the point. So we're just hitting the same orbit, just about there. Right. So next we hit that and we're going to work it around. Okay, so the closest is probably about there. So then we want to go this way, all the way around, and okay, about there. And then we want to bring that back just a smidgen. Okay, make it a bit more moving. A bit more. 10, 11. Okay, and then we want to go this way. No, not that way. No, that way. Oh, no. Right, so we're going to do that. It is inclination. It just wasn't showing it properly last time. Right, that gets us down to there. And what about a bit of that? Oh, that's into the smaller meter numbers. It's fun watching me do this, isn't it? That's to what, 600? That's 7. 7. I need to go lower. I want to go lower. So a bit more of this. You know what? Give me more of that. A couple more of those. Really ramp it down. Then a bit more of this. Okay, we're down to 100 meters. That's close enough. That will work. So we're not going to mess around too much more with it. Oh, that was terrible. So if you get a situation like that where it's just not getting closer, sometimes it is just worth just clearing it and starting again, because you start putting in so much work into the just doing that sort of stuff. It just gets too much. It just gets too much for you, and you just basically adding on top of things you've already done, and you end up with all extra like inclination changes end up cancelling out, or you've got radial out moves that you then cancel out later because you put so much on to start with, and you can actually spend 3-4 times as long doing it. So sometimes it is a better idea just to just start fresh, start with the maneuver node again fresh. Right, so this is where we're going to go. We're going to be keeping our eyes down here for our intersect. I think I may need to make this bigger again, or my eyesight is getting worse. I don't know which it is. Right, so we're just going to, let's see, 12 seconds until burn. We're going to go ready for the full thrust on it, and then we're going to cut it before it gets to maximum time, because then we can start having a look at this, and we may use a bit of RCS if need be. There is RCS somewhere, I believe. Yes, I have RCS on things. So there we go. Off we go. Burning, 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 burning. We're going to cut it in a second. There we go. So we can just get that just thrusting just a little bit there. I'll let it drop down. And it started to go up again. So now we can RCS it and just do that. Just do a little bit of RCS like that. And then we can actually, if you really want to, you can actually do a bit of RCSing with the other bits like so, and bring it in, and that's close enough. We're within 100 meters, so that's not bad. And remember, we still have to actually slow down, which is going to be a key here. So that's scary when you see that. Of course, we're on the other side of the planet right now, so we've got to wait until we get around about here. So let's warp to there, and then we can see this target speed is different because, of course, we're traveling in different directions, or different velocities. Now our velocities are becoming aligned, and it's getting similar. Still quite different though. So if we warp to there, and I want to go myself into retrograde, right? We're still looking at quite a big change, and that's primarily going to be looking at it. Yeah, it's inclination. We've got a big chunk of inclination change. So we've got our big slowing down move, but we've also got a big inclination change coming up. So there we are. Right, where are you? There you are. Okay, so I think we're going to start doing a little bit of burning. There we go. Just get this slowing down just a bit, because it's going to take a while, I think, to get this down. All right, and then we're going to kill out there. Right, so now we can just drift in a little closer. We've taken a lot of the speed out. And as I've said before, this is not how NASA would do it. They would not be firing their main engines directly at the target. That's not what they tend to do. Right, okay, so we're coming in, and what is going on with that station right now? That just looks weird. Right, I want to do that, and I want to actually pull us back towards it a bit. I think what we want to do is we're going to control from here, and why does the station look different? Is it orientated weirdly? Oh no, it's because we're coming sort of from an angle. So I want to basically go. I want to turn round first of all, and are we getting closer? No, we're not. We're actually getting further away. We need to flip this round a bit. Right. How much fuel have we got? Oh, we've got loads of RCS. I could do this whole thing in RCS, so that's not a big issue. Right. We're now closing up on it. Wonderful. Right. And I do want to dock on this side. I want to go opposite to the other lab. And would help if I actually rotated the craft. There we go. That's probably better like that. There we go. So what we're doing, I want to go, no, that is still terrible. That way and that way. Make me go up that way, please. That's what we're looking to go, upwards. There we go. Moving on up. Up, 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 up. And I could use the main engines for this. I am not, though. I'm refusing to use main engines for some unknown reason, even though we're a reasonable distance out, and this is Kerbal. Right, and now I want to let's put me prograde for now. Actually, let's put me prograde so I'm at least facing roughly the right. So that's the way I'm going. Okay. So let us try. I don't even know which way we're facing. I want to go that way and that way. Yeah, there we go. We're moving in a bit closer now. So what I probably want to do is put us craft prograde, I think it would probably be, because we'd be wanting to face into that. I don't know. It's not perfect, is it? Right, so knock off this, and then let's turn this. Do I want to keep this attached? That's an awful lot of fuel to have attached. I could transfer it into that Rockomax, and then all that stuff is wonderful. So let's see if we can actually, can we do this? Can we dock it doing this? Right. We may end up having to dump it because I think that we are going to be, there we go, just do that. There we go. Right, so now we're coming in like that. How aligned out? Right, so we want to go that way a bit. Right, is that right? Is that good? I don't think it is. I want to be sort of level on the board. That way, and then that way. No, the other way. Go, you know what? Point at target is probably the best idea right now. Let's just do point at target. I don't have the ability to do point at target, but we'll do that anyway. Right. So pointing at target like so. What is my orientation? What are we doing? This thing is just moving around differently to how I would normally expect it to. So RCS on. I want to slow down first of all, because we're now going above. So I'll get that speed down a bit, and I want to get a bit of forward. Where's forward? Oh, I'm going to use two hands here. Two hands. That's some skill there for you. There we go. Right, we need to start moving down is what I actually need to do, because we're now overshooting. Right, come on. Give me some thrust down. This is dead weight. This is really heavy weight. And it's not balanced because I don't have any RCS on that side. Right, and then I want to thrust forward, and then I want to move that way as well. Yeah, you can see it fighting. So we're burning to move this way, to go left, to move the whole craft, or translate left. But every now and again we've got thruster burning on the other side, because we're just sort of, you know, taking out. We're not balanced is the key. Right, so we need to go down a bit more thrust down. There we go. This is going to be a slow, laborious docking, which is not something I like doing. And we want to move towards it. Get a bit of forward thrust. There we go. Moving in. Go on, get down there. This is taking a long time to do this maneuver. So yeah, this may end up being a single episode of me docking a big heavy craft, and this actually teaches you a lesson, which is do not send something up and try and dock it when you haven't got RCS in a more balanced format. I could just detach this, but I really want this fuel tank on there. I'm going to get rid of it as soon as I've got it, but after I've transferred the fuel across, I'll probably get there and find that all these things are full, which will be very annoying, in fact. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. So we're just coming down now, getting closer. I'm time warping at the moment because I know that we're heading in roughly the right direction right now, and I can, 0.6 meters per second, I can sort of fix that no matter what. So let's have a look where we're coming in. It might be easier for me to just rotate the station, is actually where we're at right now. Once we get to about 50 meters, then we actually start targeting. Now the interesting thing, has it actually targeted that docking port already for me? I think it actually has. Has it actually already targeted that docking port? That is interesting, right? So we're actually going to rotate the craft this way a bit. There we go. Okay, so now we should be sort of aligned. I'm going to back us out a bit that way, because we are actually heading towards it. We're going to put a little bit of RCS in that way to push us up, and then we're going to go a lot of RCS to that way there. There we go, and we're heading towards now. Good. And then I want a bit more RCS up, please. That's be better. That's good for me. Good. Are we actually moving upwards though? That's the question. Possibly. Right, and then I want a little bit more pulling us away because we want a little run at it before we get to it. Right, and then we're going to just timey-wimey warpy again a little bit. And then we're going to stop it because I am about to hit the station. So a bit more. We've put a lot of forward energy moving this way towards the station, and we need to slow it down a bit. There we go. Wonderful. Now, we need to think about slowing that down as well, because we're moving sideways at quite a pace. So there we go. We're going to see this is the target coming in, and we're going to see that coming in quite quickly. It's going to move straight across here, and we want to basically slow it down and get near it. Right, coming in, go on, and you can see our forward and prograde retrograde marker is just sneaking in a corner there. We want to start moving towards the port, and a little bit more of that, a little bit more, and then possibly a little up, and then a little down. There we go. And we want to just do this, get it in a bit more. There we go. Right, we're coming in, and this is very much a side swipe approach that we've taken here. We are very much side swiping this approach. This is very late. Oh, I want to go there. Oh, there we go. Docked. Well, that was the end there was a lot better. I see. Look, I've put this one in this way around. Okay. Slight problem. These docking ports are on sideways. That's a thought, isn't it? Yeah, I was originally going to put them in. We can always rotate them. Anyway, let's see. Alt, because I want to open this up, and then we're going to move those in and in. Oh, so we've filled this up with liquid fuel. Where do we get all the liquid fuel from? Do we have nuclear? Have we used nuclear engines yet? Or do we use oxidizer for something else? Was that me planning ahead? That's interesting. What's down here? That has liquid fuel. That's full of liquid fuel. Right. Oh, because I had a mission for carrying liquid fuel up, didn't I? That was right. Okay. That's got some oxidizer. That's got some liquid fuel. That's got that. I wonder whether we should... Let's get rid of this one first. Will it go into there? Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So that gets rid of that. So that then means we can empty this. We can get rid of this. This thing, we could actually take some liquid fuel out and put into there, but we don't really need it. We just got a lot of liquid fuel all of a sudden. So let's do that. Let's focus. Do this here. Let's focus. Aim the camera there, and it would be really nice if I could actually move those joints. We do have some struts here, so that's not a major issue. So let's let us decouple that. Let's undock that. There we go. Right. So this thing here now should be completely free floating. Yeah, it's free floating. That's good. Right. So what we could actually do is, as a station, we could actually just do a little bit of this and a bit of that. Just a bit of that. Just move us away from it. Just a smidgen. And that should mean that it's going to stay away permanently from now on. Now, interestingly, I've obviously put the struts on the bottom there, so it can't reuse those. All right. Now, station, turn off the RCS. Right. We are going to send out an engineer. Have I got an engineer? I don't have an engineer. I was going to strut this. All right. So I think in the next episode, we're going to have to actually do some stuff. One of the things is we're going to start building the Eve vessel. But the other thing is we actually need to put some crew up here to fix this, to actually put some struts on. And I thought I had an engineer here, but we don't. We have Bob, the scientist. We have Staden, the scientist. I think we got you from somewhere else. And we've got Tritzer, the pilot. Now, I'm actually tempted to send Tritzer back down because we don't really need a pilot here. But as I've said before, we don't have a rescue crew, ship up here, so there's something to think about. I think we need to get some more ships up here so we can actually swap some crew out. So maybe we'll send up an engineer and a pilot, and we'll bring back someone and do some stuff. Do we have a spare engineer? We may have to hire one, right? So just check this. Contract complete. Well, we've done that already. Yeah. There we are. Expand the station Orbilab 1 around Kerbin. All done. Superb. That is sorted. So, as our space debris floats off, in the weirdest, horriblest looking space station that I've ever built, I think. It's actually a horrible cacophony. From me, until next time, have a great one.